Hey there YouTube, this is SGM4306 back with another review video. This time, we're taking a look at this. This is actually something a little bit different than I normally review. It, at first glance, kind of looks like, I don't know, if you didn't look at this part, it would look like some kind of wireless earbud case thing. But yeah, it's obviously some kind of remote controller. And this guy is a product by Adzerd. Huge thanks to them for sending this guy in for review. And I think this is targeted towards TikTok, though theoretically I think this could work with anything. It's basically a 3-button ring remote thing that has up, down, and then like an enter, I guess. So you should be able to theoretically use this with anything. It just connects over Bluetooth. And I believe these were pretty cheap. It comes in a handful of colors. But I believe this is like $20-ish. I'll put a correction somewhere down here if I'm wrong. And that is as of me doing this review. Price may be subject to change, but yeah. Here you can see they're saying Bluetooth 5.0, rechargeable ebook control. That's an interesting application. That actually might be kind of cool. This would also be really good for like PowerPoint presentations, actually. I got to give that a try out. It says music controls, video control, and yeah, Adzerd. It looks like Adzero, but that's a D, not a 0. No, what? Anyway, TikTok remote control page turner. Yeah. Transmit power, that's interesting. They give you the class of it, frequency, distance. It's just Bluetooth, so yeah, 30 feet, 10 meters. You can see it is Type-C, thank God. Comes with a charging box, the actual ring controller itself, and instructions. Let's just pop this open. We have a little manual, which is a fold-out style one there. Compatibility should be like everything. It says not for Kindle devices. Well, does my Kindle even have Bluetooth? I guess this, in order to use this, it has to have A, have Bluetooth, B, like accept keyboard commands. So yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting that they note a Huawei folding phone isn't compatible with it. Okay. You can use this for phone calls? What? Oh, for music mode. I guess like to answer or whatever. Please select the appropriate mode, video mode, or, oh, I guess because, yeah, it either has to do the up-down scroll command or, like, adjust track adjustment or whatever. And those are different commands, like, that it has to send. So I guess that makes sense. Here we have how to turn it on, power on the ring, and, you pair it, it shows up as D01 Pro, and then you open up whatever you want to control. In this case, they're saying TikTok. Using it, wow, okay. You can, depending on whether you single, double click, or long press, you can get each of the 3 buttons to do effectively like 9 different things. That's kind of impressive. Oh, you can use this also as a remote shutter button. That could be useful. Charging, you just plug it into the case and you plug it into the wall. Bam. Low battery warning. How long? I wonder how long this lasts. Why the remote ring does not work. Wait, what? To find out which mode it is in, you have to try to make a call? That's weird. That's a little confusing. They should have it like blink the light X number of times or something. Okay. Anywho. How to move the small white dot. That's enough of that. We have a QR code for the lifetime warranty. It has a lifetime warranty. Scan to activate. So you have 15 days to activate it, but you get a lifetime warranty. Okay, that's interesting. Wow, this is a lot smaller than I thought it'd be. I thought it would literally be like this size. So I was like, okay, it's you know, it's smaller than earbuds, sort of, the case. But it's even smaller than I thought it'd be. Wow. Also, this is foam. And there's a cord in here. Must free cord. There we go. Okay. And we get a cord, and the cord looks pretty short, but this is a pretty small device, so it is like 6 inches. I mean, I'm sure this works, but it's probably charging only. Probably does not have data pins inside, but it's a extra USB-C cord, so fine, fair enough. The case here, just rip this open, is very small. Wow, this is actually kind of cute. Has the ad, or has the company name, like silkscreen on the top. It's actually like very nice. It is matte plastic mostly, but just the outer part is glossy, which gives it like a good grip. That's actually really nice. And you have a little slot just for the key ring and a matching cutout on the top too. That's really cute. And it's I don't think it's magnetic. I think it's just spring loaded with the hinge. We have a USB-C on the back and nothing on the bottom except for smudges. I was gonna say that look kind of scratched, but I think that's just literally my fingerprints or something. I don't know. It might be slightly scratched already. That's but it is matte, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. Anywho, yeah, this is tiny. I have pretty small hands, I'm not gonna lie, but this is pretty tiny. Okay, and last but not least, jeez, is the little ring that could. And wow, okay. The texture on this is really nice. So this is just straight up matte plastic. This is that, this is gonna be good and or bad. This is that soft touch rubber kind of feeling. It feels really nice right now. But probably in like a couple years time, it's gonna turn into that kind of weird primordial ooze rubber. And that's not good, but right now it's fine. And if they do honor their lifetime warranty, hopefully that's something if that happens. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It feels like that. It might be different. I don't know. This is really thin, this plastic part, but I guess it does have to kind of expand to fit whatever your finger is. And you're supposed to wear it, I guess, like this. So you can up, down, all you want on it. And there is a indicator LED on the side there. Sorry if I'm not in shot. 2 charging contacts, and that's how the case charges it. And you have 3 buttons. These are just like metal snap dome, but they're pretty weak. So there's not a huge, like there's not a large travel on them, and there's not a lot of clickiness, but you could definitely feel if you clicked it. Yeah, I mean, I guess all that is, maybe ring finger, yeah, so I can stabilize it between these 2 fingers. That feels pretty good. When I just have it on here, when I go to hit the top one, it feels like I'm just gonna swivel it around. Maybe if I put it upside down, yeah, that works. You just have like a little ring remote thing. There are little icons on here, like track skip looking icons, and then a circle. Let's just see if there's any charge at all. Oh, I thought there was going to be a magnet. There's no magnet on here. Literally, when you close the case, there's a blue light on the front. When you close the case, that's what compresses those springs, the terminals, into the bottom. That's what starts it charging. And yeah, so it's charging right now. But if I open it, you could see it's kind of just loosely held. There's nothing to really. I was expecting this to just be exactly like the earbuds, where there's a little magnet and just sort of sucks it into place, but no, that's not quite it. I'm gonna actually let this charge because I don't know how long this was sitting uncharged. So I'm gonna let this fully charge. We're gonna pair it probably to my tablet so I can continue using my phone to actually film it. But yeah, so far, like, the hardware seems really good. What will make or break this is its software and like how easy it is to pair and use. So I'll be back to you guys in a sec after I've tested this. Okay, so I have the ring set up and I've actually used this. I actually just had this in hand while I was exercising, because I usually cast from my phone to the TV, like smart cast, so I can watch content from my phone onto like an older smart TV that the YouTube app doesn't really work anymore. So this is the way I have to do it. But it was annoying oftentimes, like if I want to like change videos or something like that, or like change the volume, I have to reach over with sweaty hands and touch my phone, and I'd rather not do that. So this has actually turned out to be kind of useful. I just wore it like a ring, or just like on my hand like this. And you can see here, if I turn it on, you press and hold for like a second or two. It is pairing now, and it should have just connected. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So there's two different modes. To switch between the modes, you have to hold or press relatively quickly the outer two buttons, and it'll glow purple, and then now it's switched the mode. So this is the TikTok mode, or whatever they call it. So this will just basically act as like scrolling on your phone. So you can see here, if I do a short press, it scrolls left and right, and then if I double tap, it scrolls down on the top button, and then if I double tap on the bottom one, it scrolls up. And yeah, so, and pressing the middle button, so if I had like TikTok, I don't use TikTok, I'm gonna be honest, but if I had it open and there's a video, you can then use the center button to like play pause the video. So then if you double press the middle button, it'll apparently open Chrome. I don't know, I guess because it's the selected icon. Whatever you have in the middle screen, it'll probably try to open. Yeah, there's nothing there, so try to click on the middle screen. So yeah, that apparently does like a single click if you double press this. And then each of the buttons have like a long press thing. So if I long press the top button, it does volume up. And if I long press the bottom button, volume down. And then if I long press the middle button, it just turns the screen off. If you press any of the buttons, it'll just wake the screen. But if you have a lock, you still have to actually unlock the phone. So yeah, I don't really have, I mean, I use Facebook, but that's for my private social media stuff for friends and stuff. But yeah, you can imagine if you have like a long like list of things, you can pretty easily go through, like I can go through my app drawer and whatever. And yeah, that all works fine. And for instance, if I'm playing back music of some sort, the Fold has this weird thing. For some reason, this one app, it doesn't like playing in a normal orientation. So for some reason, it'll always just kind of go sideways when it's open. But anywho, so I can scroll through my list. What's interesting is it's not like a keyboard where it presses a down button once. It actually like scrolls a whole page's worth, probably more actually. So you can see here, I'm just scrolling through, and I can just go all the way to the top if I wanted to. Yeah, there we go. But if I want to put into music mode, I press the top and the bottom button at the same time. It'll flash purple, and so we'll be playing something here. This center button, now if you single press it, it'll play pause. I can track skip. If I press the down button, it should go previous, and then if I press the up button, it should go to the next track. And same thing if you double tap the if you press and hold the up or down buttons, you can change the volume. Sorry about that, my phone's having a lot of trouble, probably because it's catching like a lot of reflections. But yeah, you can raise and lower the volume by pressing and holding these. Apparently, if you double tap the up button, it opens like this preferences menu, which I don't know why you'd want to do that. If you double tap the bottom button, it goes to sleep. And then apparently double tapping the center button will call your last contact. It just almost called my mom. Anywho, yeah, so you can use this for media. I would like to see if this were in some way programmable. That would be really cool. Then you could program these buttons to do anything that you wanted. That would be absolutely fantastic. But as is, this works decently well as a media player. It is a little bit not necessarily logical. Like, you had to remember what the different button presses do. But if you use this enough, I'm sure that'll happen pretty quickly there. Battery life, I mean, seems to be good. It seems to be, I believe this is like Bluetooth 5.0 BLE. So it seems to like really only consume battery power when you're, pressing a button to send a command. So it seems to last quite a while. I've charged up the case once and I've worn this for technically a total of like 5 or 6 hours, but I've really only pressing the buttons occasionally to change, what video is playing or whatever, what music track is playing. But it seems to work really well for that. I suppose if you had TikTok, this would work fine because it does the whole scrolly bit just fine as well. I'm mostly interested in this as like a music player's sort of thing. You can also, I believe if you press and hold the middle button for like a long time, I think you can get this to shut off. Yeah, there you go. It went red and then now it's off. Likewise, if you just put it in the charging case, it'll turn off by itself. I was surprised that there's no magnets in this charging case. It's entirely reliant on the hinge, shutting and holding the remote onto the pogo pins. So if something happens to the remote here, or if something happens to the case here, the hinge, and the spring force weakens, this might not charge reliably. It works now, but I can't really say 2 or 3 years down the line if this will reliably charge. But I guess by that point, your battery is probably going to be cactus. So just looking at the construction, it does kind of look like you could open this. So the charging case has a seam all along the top. It's probably just glued in, so maybe a little bit of heat and you could probably prise that out. This itself is pressed in from the top, so probably the same thing. You probably need to get a spudger in there and a little light heat from like a hair dryer, and it's probably either just mechanical clips or maybe adhesive. But you should be able to open this. I don't see any reason why not. In terms of like build quality, it's actually pretty good, except for this little spring part. I get why it's so thin, so that it can adjust to like different width finger sizes. But it does feel like I could break this, like I could snap this off pretty easily, though I probably would actually have to try. So I don't know if long term if that will last or if the plastic will just get brittle and snap. The soft touch kind of rubber coating is good for now, but it's going to turn into a nightmare eventually. So I'm not too keen on that. If they just left the whole thing matte plastic, that would have been better in my opinion. The charging case is fantastic. Whoever designed the charging case itself, really good. Only improvement, like I said, if they had a magnet to like snap in the ring part when you get close to it, and if they didn't rely on the lid spring tension, I think that would be better. But definitely, obviously, that was a price design choice that they made in order to keep the price down. But yeah, overall, for like $20, yeah, I would say that this is worth it. If you have a need for like a remote device to control your phone, or this will technically work with Windows or anything, because this just emulates effectively like a keyboard and a mouse. It's effectively what this is doing. So any device that can connect to this over Bluetooth and can accept like keyboard and mice commands, this should work with. So anyway, once again, huge thanks to Adzerd, I think it was Adzerd, for sending this guy in for review. This isn't something that I normally would do a review for, but this is actually kind of a niche, interesting product that I had not seen before, and so it was actually a pretty good experience getting to play around with this and see for myself if it's worth the $20 asking price, and I honestly think, yeah, it is worth the $20 asking price. Anyway, huge thanks for the manufacturer for sending this guy in for review. And if you guys are interested, links will be down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.